Okay, we're going to get straight into this one. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports in association with Round for Round Boxing, the new boxing game coming out on PC, Xbox, and PS4. To find out more about this, the roster of fighters that are already signed to the game, don't forget to check out the video at the end of this video. And we'll also do a promo video at the end for Round Boxing. Okay. So last night, Big Bully Miller, that's what I like to call him, he was born on the same day as myself, um, had an interesting win against a guy called Dino, who was unbeaten, or Duno. I didn't watch the fight. Well, I didn't tune in to watch the whole show because I think I've become a bit of a boxing diva now. I don't watch boxing just because it's on. I watch boxing because I'm interested in it, and the fighters actually resonate with me. And anybody who's coming into fights overweight and can't be bothered to get themselves into shape and whip themselves into good shape, not interested in watching it personally. I don't watch everything that's on boxing. Now, last night, Big Bully Miller made a statement, or he called out three fighters. Derek Chisora, I think he called out David Price, and I think he called out Dave Allen. Or you might have called out Dillian White as well. Well, it's all well and good calling people out. Now, I don't know if Big Baby Miller or Big Bully Miller, I'd be surprised if Big Bully Miller didn't know that Derek Chisora had a rematch. So that fight's not going to happen yet. Then and the winner of that will probably go on to fight Anthony Joshua. Dave Allen won't be fighting until the end of the year. David Price is going to be fighting on the undercard of Chisora and White on the same night. So I'm not sure why he would call those guys out. No idea. And I thought he was going to be challenging for the WBA title. That's what I thought. But maybe that what's going on with the WBA title situation? Anyway, this video I'm doing has been requested by my good friend DJ Slick. And I am going to do this video for him because we were talking about it last night or early hours of this morning via BWTM Gaming on the gaming channel. And I just want to say thank you for that. So if you want to know, also check out BWTM Gaming. We do the longest hours of streaming on Football Manager. I'm currently managing the Brighton side. Lots of good laughter, lots of great chat. Shout out to Donker. Shout out to DJ Slick, Kenny. Shout out to Peter Powell, who comes in the room sometimes. Shout out to Michael C. Shout out to Marky BA when he does pop in the room. So yeah, shout out to you guys. Really appreciate you. Much love to you all, and really love it when you come in and support BWTM Gaming. So I'll give you an example of the type of nights we come in. So like last night, I started around 10 o'clock. I didn't finish till 7 o'clock in the morning. So that's some proper hardcore gaming, watching, playing Football Manager. Anyway, let's get back onto this. So Dave Allen, Big Bully Miller. Let's put him to the side 1 second, because I really have not got a lot of time for Big Baby. Until he gets himself into good shape, I've got no time for him. My concern is about this young man here, David Allen. And David Allen and I go back many years. For those of you who've followed Bayloric TV, well, you know, back on the other channel, the original channel, which is now BWTM Online, you would have seen the various interviews myself and Dave would do, hour-long interviews. Dave would come on and support our shows. When David was finding it difficult to sell tickets back in the day when he was training with Peter Fury, those days, that's a long time ago, when him and Eddie Chambers would spar. I'd hear about when Dave would go sparring across Europe and try to be used as a sparring partner to, get a little bit extra change and, get himself together. So I knew by the times when Dave was really depressed and not feeling great and didn't want to be in the sport of boxing, and would often come off of Twitter and go back on Twitter, all those sort of things. I've got a lot of love for Dave Allen. So what I'm saying here, I kind of feel more like family to Dave, even though I don't see Dave and I don't talk to Dave like I used to. Probably if I called him, we would talk. But You know, I don't agree with some of the things he's doing, and I'm going to go into that. But I love Dave. I still got love. I got love for Dave Allen as a person. I think he's a great guy. But here's what I want to talk about. A lot of people in boxing online who do not care for the fighter. They care for their own satisfaction. They care for their own, um, their own lust to see a guy in a fight. A lot of these people are not educated on the sport of boxing, the science of boxing, and people can call me as condescending as they want. But anybody who wants to see a guy get in a ring who, in my opinion, isn't in shape physically, and I would say even mentally. And when I say that, I'm very, listen, this is a guy, Dave Allen. I remember talking, this is real, this is tough stuff. When I remember Dave Allen when he was struggling to sell tickets, when he was struggling, and we talk and have heart to heart conversations about it. And I told Dave Allen, and Dave Allen can quote, you can quote me on this, and all them people that were around Dave Allen at the time, all them people who didn't care about Dave Allen, but cared about their own interests or their own smart ideas or their own agendas, which were not caring for Dave at the time. I remember, I'll tell you this, and you can quote me on this, and you can go back and tell him if you want to afterwards. Around the Richard Towers fight, he was meant to fight Richard Towers. That was going to be Dave's big breakout fight. And that fight got cancelled for whatever reason. At the last minute, another guy came in. I remember Dave fighting a Frenchman. Real tough fight, stop up fight, and he won it. Still unbeaten. I used to talk to Dave before he got out and the guy went out to fight in his dressing room, like via internet. So that's how close myself and Dave Allen were. And I can tell you something now. I said to Dave Allen, you mark my words when I said this. I said, Dave, they're going to use you, and you're going to end up being a journeyman. Their objective is for you to become a journeyman fighter. And he may have brushed it off or whatever. But look where he is now in 2018. Yes, the illusion of being a pay-per-view fighter. Pay-per-view, he's not a pay-per-view fighter. He's on a pay-per-view card. That doesn't make him a pay-per-view fighter. Let's get something straight. If you gave Dave Allen to top the bill against top the bill as a pay-per-view fight, you couldn't do it. The opponent would have to be some standards more for Dave Allen to be on a pay-per-view fight. I think, unless you're going to do a pay-per-view from a small hall show and you're going to do pay-per-view in that sense. But when you talk about big numbers, pay-per-view, Dave Allen himself can't do that. That's no disrespect to Dave Allen. In fact, I am so happy for Dave Allen now that he is on pay-per-view platform. I'm really happy about that. That side of it, I'm happy. In terms of a boxer being on a pay-per-view show, there's so many fighters in the world today that are on small hall shows that will grab your left hand and your right hand and your nuts to be on a pay-per-view show. That gives them mass exposure. So for that, being on that platform, it's amazing. And congratulations, Dave Allen. Those things, kudos to the young man from Coinsborough. Shout out to Dave for that. Real shout out to Dave Allen for that, for getting there. And the challenges he's had to overcome, which he spoke about at length. Now, here's what I have a problem with. Now, because you're on that pay-per-view platform, and this is where I talk about the mental situation set up here. You're on that platform, that pay-per-view platform. Well, why don't you get yourself into good shape? Why don't you get yourself a good trainer? Why don't you dedicate yourself to the sport instead of coming in not in shape, or coming in and not applying yourself in the way you should, and just being sloppy. Performances don't look good when you don't apply yourself in the gym. Performances don't look good when you don't apply yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. To me, Dave Allen did not apply himself in that fight. Yeah, he got the win in the end, but he looked horrendous doing it against a guy who should really have got out of there quite easily. This is what I'm talking to you about. It's all right having a good chin, but if you look at that fight, go back and look at that last fight that Dave Allen was taking. He was taking flush right hands, but from round two, he was blowing hard. And that was against a guy that nobody knew about. Now, could you imagine him getting pinged with right hands like that by someone like Big Baby Miller, who actually is coming to win and he's unbeaten? Are you crazy? I don't, every time Dave Allen takes a right hand, I'm like, ouch, because he doesn't slip the punch. He takes it flush, uppercuts his head rocking backwards, his head going back side to side. That hurts. That's painful. I feel those every blow that goes through. I'm feeling that. And some people they say, "Oh yeah, Dave's got a great chin, and Dave's a good fighter, and yeah, this is value for money." I don't listen. I'll keep listen. That sort of stuff. There, I don't want to see it because I'm thinking about that young man's future. I'm thinking about that young man after boxing, and he no longer can box, and he hasn't got those people those barbaric people out there that want to sell him to slaughter and stick him in big fights. Yeah, Dave Allen versus Anthony Joshua. Yeah, Dave Allen versus Deontay Wilder, Dave Allen versus. Why do you want these fights? Clearly, Dave Allen has not shown he is capable of fighting at that level at the moment. Well, what the worst thing that's happening now for Dave, actually, in my opinion, is that he's fighting these low-level opponents, right? Where he thinks he can just come into the ring any old how and box and not get into shape and then do that stuff. Now, whether that's I don't know what is going on with David privately outside of his house or what he's doing off the camera, whether he's taking the sport seriously, whether he's slipping into depressive problems. Because let me tell you something, even if you're on camera, even if you're on pay-per-view, even if you've got all the millions of people watching you, internally when you're dealing with issues of mental health and depression, it's a dark place. And the situation with this is that you can get massive highs, but when you go high and there's nobody there around you to support you, you go into huge lows, huge lows. So these are things that concern me. Dave Allen needs to get himself, no disrespect, if his trainer is unable to whip him into the shape he needs to be because the trainer, for whatever reason, cannot communicate to Dave and Dave's in a comfortable place, then David needs to find himself a trainer that's going to take him out of that comfort zone, that's going to whip him into great shape, and then getting him into sort of shape and prepare him mentally, physically, and emotionally to eventually go and challenge for a British title. Because if Dave Allen can get a British title, win a British title, even a Commonwealth title fight, and win a Commonwealth title fight, what a way for him to end his career. Do you know what I mean? But you're not doing yourself any favors coming into fights, not in shape, on a pay-per-view card, and because in the brain you think to yourself, I won that last fight. Yeah, I was knackered, I was blowing. So I just think to myself at the end of the day, I can wing it. And people get into a mindset of winging. Do you know what I mean? And then when they are in the gym, and I'm talking just from quite a high level coaching perspective, and mentally, you tune yourself mentally into believing, and you know what? I winged that last fight. I winged it. I didn't train as much as I needed to, and at this level, I can do it, and I can get away with it. Big punch got me out of it. But that guy was outboxing Dave. For the most part, he was outboxing Dave. That guy was making, Dave Allen was making that guy look like Muhammad Ali. He was using a jab, pinging him from the jab, hitting big right hands, slipping, moving. Guy was looking good. So it just shows you if Dave Allen can get himself into proper shape, I don't mean just looking good, proper internal shape, physically, mentally, emotionally, the guy could do things with himself. It's a damn shame. And the reason why I also think it's a damn shame is because there's other guys that are more talented than Dave Allen that are not getting the light that Dave Allen's getting. And he's on a pay-per-view card. So I think Dave needs to show being a little bit more grateful because he's on the pay-per-view card, and this is the opportunity he wants to grab it with both hands. Because if you're looking devastating in your fights, more people are going to pay to want you to see you fight. You've got a great personality. I've told Dave when he gets out there, he's got a great personality. You know, he can fight a little bit. He takes a great shot. He's got all the attributes to be a good heavyweight. Takes a good punch, can bang himself a bit. You know, he's durable. He can go the distance. So why not? So why can't he be up there with the top heavyweights in the world? If he can apply himself, why not? There are a lot less skilled heavyweights in the world that are in the top 10. So why not? Get yourself a good trainer, get yourself in good shape, and give it a real go. But instead, we're seeing this garbage on pay-per-view. And to me, I'm going to speak out and say about it. I'll say it because that's how I feel. I'm not going to beat around the bush about it. So I don't want to see David Allen anywhere near a boxing ring if he's not physically and mentally in shape. I don't want to see it. And the fact that you're on a pay-per-view card and you are openly admitting that you're not in shape, you weren't in shape on a pay-per-view card on that high platform, it's not acceptable. Not acceptable. And I think that the British, Do I say the British boxing board of control? Yeah, I think you don't just have to scan someone's brain. I think they need to scan. They need to look at people's attitude towards the sport.